So is that like,
Oh,
like, are you,
I'm not live yet.
okay.
You want to go?
If you baby, yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to do.
Today you introduce her.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me get one of
You can look
them.
at all of them.
Let me get one of them.
Okay. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Text
I'll tell you
Kareem.
if we got already friends up. And y'all. It's
Kareem.
It's look,
Send your message. Kareem.
spelled like sex on like that.
Sure thing. That's not what I said. I didn't say nothing. Story time. Okay, so I'm gonna go live, and when I come back, I gotta go live. I thought she said 6-7. Yes. Yeah. SAYFE. Do you need this?
The line. I may need it.
Oh.
But it don't look like a line.
What is the show? All right, baby. Hey y'all, hey, what's up? It's your girl Angel Divine, but of course we already knew that. About to get this thing what's up? It's your girl on and what they say like popcorn? I never know what I'd be about to say like popcorn. On and popping like popcorn. Thank you guys. You worked it out. Won't you work? On and popping like popcorn. Hey, 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 Kiana. What's up, girl? Let me go back and go back. Hey, 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 Kiana. My bad. I'm sorry, y'all. Hope I can give y'all a headache real quick. It wasn't live. Bad. I'm sorry, y'all. Hope I can give y'all a headache. Hey, y'all. Hey, thank you guys for coming in, joining with us. Y'all already know how we do it every Monday and Wednesday, 7 p.m. live on the ones and twos. From Living Peace Safe Zone. It's your girl Angel Divine, but we already knew that. And to my right, we have
Hey, it's Tish from the podcast.
and guess what, y'all? We got somebody on here today. We got Miss. And guess what, y'all? Oh, I was frozen. We got Miss B Green with FTK in 24 carats. Yeah, we're gonna get into this in a minute, okay?
And we got her baby.
Oh, how can we forget? Little one. Hey, hey, hey. What's your name? This is Destiny. Hey, Destiny. Are you excited to be on today? All right, because we got some questions for you, girl. You ready? All right, well, we're gonna say the best. We're gonna say the best for last. So we're gonna say you for last, okay? So first of all, y'all, we're gonna get into it. Of course, like we said, we got Miss B Green on the ones and twos. So we're just gonna ask her to introduce herself. She's gonna let you know where you can find her. She's gonna jump right into it, okay? Right, go to Florida.
Hey y'all, I'm B Green.
She's gonna jump right into it.
I am an entrepreneur. I have two businesses. One is 24 Karat Talent Studios, the talent educator with that, and also a model coach. FTK is for the youth, seeing experiences, and also a model coach. FTK is that's what I do.
Yeah, clap it up for y'all. Clap it up for her.
So y'all know when we be saying FTK, we don't be saying for the kids. We be saying the kids. You know what I'm saying? So she's doing something different, okay? And y'all know we all about the kids. Like we all about the Benjamins. We all about the kids, okay? So I do have a couple questions. So let me just pull them up because I should have just wrote them down, but I didn't. But I do like that sometimes. So first of all, her topic she chose was bigger than shoes. So when you say bigger than shoes, what does that mean? First of all, she chose
Bigger than shoes.
bigger than shoes. So
Think
when you say
about
bigger than shoes, what does
shoes.
that
Think
mean?
about it being materialistic. It's about fashion and all of that. For me, it's bigger than that because once you get a new pair of shoes, it's about the way you feel. Or when you get your hair done, it's about how you feel. And
That
get your nails
confidence
done.
booster.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's what it means to me. Like it's bigger than the material.
That confidence.
It's the foundation of it. How you feel after. It's your confidence.
Awesome.
That's what it is.
So ask you a question now. So you heard what your mom answer was? I know I said I was gonna say the best for last, but it just came in my head. So when you get your new shoes, when you get your kicks and your fit, how do you feel? When you get your new shoes, when you get your kicks and your fit, how do you feel?
I feel confident and happy. I feel confident.
It's okay.
I feel happy and confident. I feel confident because they're
No, it's okay. It make you feel good to dress nice, right? Okay. And so when you dress nice and you see somebody else that can't really dress as nice as you, how does that make you? And so if you dress nice and so it just make you appreciate like, hey mom, I appreciate what you do for me. Because a lot of people is less fortunate. They can't have what you have. So yeah, have you ever seen somebody get bullied for what they had on? Less fortunate. And how did that make you? So yeah, have you ever seen somebody get bullied for what they had on? And how did that make you? Made you feel disappointed. And so that's why we don't judge people based off of what they have, right? Because not everybody is fortunate, right? To have the same thing. Okay. All right, now back to mama. Can you think of a moment in your childhood where something small like appearance or clothes or hair made you feel confident or the complete opposite? Small like appearance,
me
or hair made you feel confident or the complete opposite?
Me, every time I get my hair done, like I would go outside for days and just play apple. And every time I get this hair done, but it reflects on how I present myself too. Not even just the outside, but my inner self. I feel like I don't know. I just don't feel as like
Confident, because when your hair did, you look girl. When you look good, you feel
nothing.
good.
It takes me nothing. When my hair done, I got my brush.
Uh-huh.
It's just it is like and when I'm this time, so it says I'm just slouching in a chair. You're not sitting up. Your place is a little different. So it just changed my whole attitude.
That's what we was talking about that earlier. I
Can't wait to
said,
get my hair done. It's coming.
listen,
It's
I was
coming.
just telling her how I said when I get my I'm gonna start just representing my business. I'm gonna wear my business stuff all the time, like for my personal business, the collar shirts and stuff. Because when you feel like when you repping your business, it's gonna make you feel real good.
When you repping you.
Well, yeah, you're right. Okay. So, what are some things you see kids going through today that adults are ignoring? What are some things you see kids going through today that adults are ignoring?
A lot of kids sometimes as adults we kind of get it when it comes just because we have age and we're not sure if something has a kid and getting friendship. We don't listen to them. And that's kind of hard for us to do so because it's like we've been there, we've done it.
Right.
So I'm just trying to tell you from my experience. But as a child, we're still learning. So they have to make those choices. They have to have their own experience. But just being even in the school as a volunteer, and just my daughter and my kid, they go to the school, and I'm there all regardless before I start volunteering from home. And just seeing how the kids come up to me and talk to me, and they feel so vulnerable. I give them that space to tell. So they feel so vulnerable. That's one thing that I just want to trust my kids. Listen to the kids. Just pour into them. I think that's one thing you gotta do.
Absolutely. 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 So I guess my next question you kind of already answered. How can parents, mentors in the community do better with the little things? Yeah.
It's just trusting them.
Yeah.
Trust is hard.
And showing up. Mm-hmm.
Children,
Showing up.
yeah, small things as a basketball game. You
For
know,
sure.
those mean something.
Yeah.
I never miss that. And
Yeah.
that's just it's very important to me to just show up on there. Because you never know they're looking in the crowd like that. It was one time where Tamika, we decided to go to the school. They had a work concert where a band concert. It was a band concert at the school. And we only went to support my son. He was in band concert. Couple different acts in that one play or that one concert. But just for this young lady to see us in the crowd supporting her and just being there for her and knowing her family wasn't, it meant a lot to me. But her attitude, her attitude knowing that they wasn't there, it meant change for me.
Yeah.
But talk to my daughter and hear what she said that's why that she appreciates talking to my daughter's skin and hearing what she says. Those little things, just showing them, definitely showing them, trusting them, believing in them, push them. Absolutely. Push them. Because these kids, they would give up.
Yeah.
It's easy to give up, and especially nowadays with social media. The littlest of the criticism on social media, they give up. You know, they get away so fast, and they don't have support. Man, it's actually very it's trying to get us.
For sure. That was good. So, if someone is listening right now and want to make a difference in a child life, you already said it. Let's skip that one. Show up. That's very important. Show up. So you are okay with us acknowledging the comments, right? So we got one person that always come on here. They play a whole lot. Duke said lack of attention. I don't even know what is the 10-minute or 10-second delay. So I don't even know what he was answering to. Maybe it was the question. But what would you say it so back to the shoes. What would you say it's really about shoes? So what would you say is really about with the shoes? Or say what would you say it's really about shoes or how those shoes make a child feel about themselves? So because you say it's more than shoes, right? So first of all, y'all, it's more than shoes because we're doing a sneaker ball. You didn't say that. You was
Started off with questions.
I'm sorry.
To explain what it is that she.
So let's back up a little bit because y'all know Angel Divine be preaching. So we got her here. The topic is more than shoes because she's having a sneaker ball April 18th, 2026, y'all, this year, okay? 4 to 7 p.m. So y'all on here, I see y'all looking. We need y'all to volunteer. We need y'all to bring y'all kids. We need y'all to show up. So when she say it's more than shoes, that's where my question came in. Okay, my bad. To show up.
You want to explain more about?
Yes.
So this started. And it wasn't just a sneaker. We did a fashion. So in 2012, I did an into fashion trend, and it's went from me teaching and coaching the younger ladies, not the kids, but the younger adults, and seeing their confidence and how they was when they put in different outfits on. When they wore their heels and they had to start walking, just seeing them from day one all the way up until they just finished. That's when they had to start walking. And when all the kids came and they joined 24 Karat modeling team, it was like a transformation. Seeing them on that runway, videos on my website. Transformation.
Say it again for the ones in the back.
FTKexperience.com.
There it is. Go check her out.
But you can just see the smile on their face. After that, I'm like,
Yeah.
Go check her out. It's so many different modeling leaders in here that care about the kids.
Exactly.
And an event so that they can feel welcome.
Yeah.
We have stuff us as adults, but for the kids, it's not that we need. So for me, this started as a fashion show. It's 24, it's great for 25, but for me to do the sneaker ball, it kind of scares me. Seeing this kid at school wearing flip flops, it wasn't a trend. It was because she didn't have shoes.
Yeah.
So how can we get the people together so that we can collectively come together and have fresh shoes? So how like it's okay to get here. It's okay to go. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I shop fresh shoes. But like picking some fresh shoes and knowing that it's theirs and it's brand new, it's a different type. Different type of feeling. So that's why I decided to was want to raise money to This collective come. That's why I decided to purchase brand new shoes for kids that can afford it.
Yeah.
And
That's
it's all
awesome.
kind of tied into
Yeah,
like, in a
that's
safe
dope.
space that you
Yes.
just experience. We'll have the TikTok station there, the safe zone there, like the podcast. We'll have snacks. We have young entrepreneurs. So we have Tamara from White Ridge. She'll be doing snack sheets. Have young entrepreneurs.
Oh yeah, I know.
I know. So we have young entrepreneurs there, and we're still looking at our team. So I know the entrepreneurs, we have young entrepreneurs that still there. Here, whatever you can want to see y'all there. We want to support y'all. Last key, thank you for sponsoring it. Thank you so much for sponsoring us. I can't thank them enough. They sponsored our Healing Runway, which was also about, building confidence in this generation. But Healing Runway and the Sleep College is for the kids.
Yeah. Yeah. So y'all already heard her. We need y'all on and popping. Oh my goodness. Are they gonna have alcohol beverages at the sneaker ball? This is for the kids. Okay. I'm about to start ignoring you. Players. No. And don't sneak none in. Okay. Okay. So no. If you could okay. Okay. Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all all in each other's face. Okay. So obviously you a mama's girl, right? Let me ask you a question. Right? Okay. So well, first of all, have you ever been bullied in school? You have? Right. What were you bullied? So okay. Well, first of all, have you ever been bullied in school? You have? What were you bullied for? It's okay. You don't want to say it? Okay. So we already know that when you're bullied, it makes you feel some type of way, right? It don't make you feel good. So have you ever bullied somebody? Know that when you're bullied, it makes you feel safe space, baby. You can be honest, right? You don't want to talk about it? Have you ever bullied? Oh, it's okay. That's okay. So if you could speak directly to a child who have you ever felt overlooked? Okay, even at school, have you ever felt like a teacher just overlooked you? She didn't care about how you felt, or not, or like somebody in the office or something. Have you ever felt that way? Overlooked you? She didn't care about how you felt, or you have, or so your somebody in the office or something. Have you ever felt that way? You have. Did you say your mom? Okay. So what was your response to her? Because this is my question. You can, either tell me your response to her or how you respond. If you could speak directly to a child who feels overlooked or not good enough, her, what would you tell? If you could speak directly to a child who feels overlooked or not good enough, have you ever felt like you wasn't good enough? Well, did you ever tell you? Have you ever felt like you wasn't? Did she? Yeah. What was the response? You want to talk about it, or you can just this girl's an open book. Yeah. So she very much she would express how she feels. That's one thing that I embrace with. Whatever you guys say it. However you feel, everybody can figure it out at the end of the day. But yeah, she has experienced not necessarily like physical, violence from the kids, but not necessarily emotional.
That's
That's the part.
Yeah, so always quarantine our kids. It's how you feel about yourself. And I always try to tell them regardless of what anybody says, you never know what they're going through. Feel about yourself. Chelsea trying to get minutes to it out.
For sure.
How do you feel about yourself? You really feel like this is how you feel. You really feel like that because, like I said, social media will have these like there. That's how you feel. So I try to instill in my kids all the time the confidence and regardless of what your friend thinks you're supposed to be wearing today, put on what you want to wear. Talk to who you want to talk to. Absolutely. And don't ever feel like you have to do something because somebody else.
Absolutely. I tell my kids all the time, be a leader. And if you're going to be a follower, make sure you're following someone that's leading you to somewhere good, so you're not in trouble. Make sure you. So I do like to get a little deep, so these questions might get a little deep. Do you think that because we are talking about this is for the kids, right? So this is the main. So this is why all my questions pretty much covered because we are talking about this. And I know that you deal with the kids, a youth advocate, and everything. Do you think that children learn to shrink themselves because they don't feel good enough on the outside, or is it because of the bullying? Do you think that children were on the outside. And this goes to the kids that you deal with that. And a lot of these questions that I came up with because I work, well, I don't work in the schools, but I might as well because I'm always there. So, I mean, these are some of the questions that I asked the kids. So, being that you are a youth advocate, what would you say the reason for kids shrinking themselves is? Is it because of the lack of attention at home or the bullying that they get?
It's all of that. I think a lot of these kids nowadays are way more creative than we were as kids.
For sure.
So just feeling different, you know, they might feel like they don't belong just because they're different. So it puts them in a box. And a lot of kids just they want to do this, they want to do that, or if I do this, then they're gonna think of this and me. If I do that, they're gonna think of this and me. So they kind of shrinking themselves just so they can fit in a lot. And that's just experience from talking to them.
Right.
Even like I would say all of them.
Yeah.
The lack of attention that their parents are giving them is very crucial.
Yeah, for sure. I think
And
that's
that's where
think
it
that's
starts.
yeah. I was about to
That's where
say
it
that.
starts. That's where it starts.
And then they just go to school and look for attention, and then it just makes it worse. So let's talk about your childhood. So what was your upbringing like to make you want to have to make you want to start investing in kids? To make you want to have to make you want to start.
Say not necessarily. I had a two parents. Definitely. So my dad and my mom was like extremely hard workers.
Mhm.
So I didn't really feel like I had a strong connection.
Mhm.
But it became I got a connection with him, you know, as I became older.
Mhm.
But a lot of stuff was looked over.
Mhm.
A lot of issues that I was dealing with in school, a lot of stuff that I was dealing with at home. It wasn't faced head on because I didn't really stuff that I was dealing with at home. And that's because I see my mom going through stuff head on. I don't want to tell her about her to answer her struggles. That's because I see my mom go or my dad is going so I don't want to call him. It was always feeling like a burden, you know. So I don't want these kids feeling like you know, if their parents get conflict, I'm gonna leave. Regardless. And that's something that my kids' friends can tell me if they would show up right.
Yeah, that's good.
If a birthday, I love birthdays. So I would show up for the kids just because I know how it is. And I work with them. And like I said, my mom, because I know how it is busy and that she does, like I said, my mom, she said she's open, you know, so, I just wanted to, kind of just want to hear and listen, and see where I fit in life. I just wanted to.
Okay. So you did say that, you know, your parents were busy. You just kept everything to yourself.
Yeah.
Which so you did say that busy. You just kept everything to yourself. Well, I don't know why I'm about to cry because I feel like I'm talking to me. Why I just get emotional? God, you better not do that to me in front of these. So, you know, when your parents aren't available. So now I know that now that you're a mother, it makes you so you know like I don't want to be like this. So I make sure that I show up for my kids and my kids' friends. Do you make sure that I show my kids? Obviously, you did this. Have you ever had to pretend it was okay to? Did you? Have you ever pretended to be okay just to hide how you was living? I was just about to say that, even as an adult.
Yeah, I'm healing from this. Healing from that.
I was just about to say that, even as an adult.
Saying what you want to say and then being shut down. Yeah. You know, even starting as a kid, it's like nobody's listening to me anyway. Shut down. You know, even starting as an adult, I'm learning. Nobody's listening. I'm learning. And not too long ago, I just feel like I got a little time.
Yeah.
I'm learning. Man, I'm dealing with. I make sure I speak up in my flex. So that's it. Hey. But yeah, just I forgot your question.
It's okay, girl. You got caught up in that man that you're dealing with that's allowing you to have a voice, baby, that you're gonna speak for yourself. And it's so good to have a partner that do encourage you to and invest in your business. And so he's pouring into you so that you can pour into that. So that's really, really, really good. Yeah, because I sure hope I'm gonna do this thing. Girl. Like he do. But at what age do you think kids like at what age did you begin? Well, you just said that you're still learning to have a voice. You don't gotta tell your age if you want to. But
begin when you
she's 35, you hear me? Okay. So let's when did you start healing? Because you just said that you're still going through your healing. When did you start healing? When did you like when you started to really trust God enough? When to say, okay, God, I want to let this stuff go. I want to heal so that I can really live in God, be a safe zone for my kids, be a safe zone for these other kids, and pour back into the community. Be a safe zone for my kids. You know, a lot for these other kids, pour back into the community.
And
What?
That trigger.
Yeah.
what was it? Because once those triggers,
Mm.
it's like right back to square one.
Absolutely.
So once those triggers, I am still like right back to square one. I'm just starting to healing. I am still healing. I'm 100%. Feel like I'm just starting. Because I thought I trusted. I thought it was 100%. I was like, oh, you can't tell me nothing. I just thought I feel like it's I thought I trusted. But deep down, I know in my core, I just felt like I was like, it wasn't supposed to happen. Or it's just. But deep down, I'm 100% trusting it was the process. What's going on in my life? It's just. I'm 100% regardless of the tragedies that happened. With my late husband, like that was kind of like that was the breaking point for me. And right before that, we were talking about going to church, and that was something that I really, really, really wanted to do, and it was like, we gotta have some type of foundation, so that was somewhere to go back to.
Right.
And the fact that I didn't have that past, and it's hard, it's great, but and the fact that I still made that thing. I'm gonna go to church. I'm gonna go to church.
Absolutely.
So I'm gonna go to church. I'm gonna make this happen, regardless of what they into this. Gonna go to church. And I'm gonna make sure my kids have to. Make sure that they get the same. I feel like I'm a totally different mom.
Yeah. Oh my.
I am.
Once you start healing.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Did you touch on that yesterday?
We kind of did.
Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Like when you really start healing, you start healing your kids too, because sometimes the things that we go through, we don't know that it's rubbing off on our kids. So we wondering like, why? 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 And the whole time it's because of us. So once you start healing yourself and working in you and aligning yourself up with God, it's just gonna be natural. Everything happens naturally. You don't got your Boaz. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So thank you, God. I think I got answers. You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at you trying to look at this. She said, "Look at you trying to."
I can't
She
see.
said, "Look at you tying the title of the podcast into the comment. Hey, baby, you live in peace. You become the safe zone." So she said, "Did having kids make healing easier or?" And that's Kiana. She said, "Did having kids make healing easier?"
And I made it easier. I think so, just because it's not for me. I'm not healing just for me. I'm healing for my babies. I experienced I wasn't the one. I'm not the only one who lost. Lost something. So seeing them, and I have great kids, and they experienced it so different.
Yeah.
One was previous to that. One was very angry, and one was just kind of like very. It was like I gotta deal with me. I gotta deal with all these emotions. And like I have to be very. I gotta do something different. I gotta figure it out. And I feel like my kids are fighting. I have to help them.
That is so.
They give me that push to just keep going. Because if it was just me, I'm not gonna say I would have gave that push. I was on the verge of just 100%, but he has made it.
So I'm gonna ask you another question. You want to made it. I'm gonna ask you
I'll take one. Yeah.
question. You want to you want to order? You want to order? You want
Yeah. It's cold.
It is a little hot in here, because sometimes God want to remind us what hell feels like if we don't keep ourselves together. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. So I do have a question that I want to ask, and you can just say paraphrase. So, and it just goes back to what you just experienced as far as your late husband or whatever. What Fresh.
5 months.
So, because when you experience lost the heart, and when you lose somebody, it's what? How did you know that you could? What? How did you know? Let me figure out how to answer how to ask this question. So, what in him made you like open up to love again, to be what in him? You know what I'm saying? Can you help me? You just looking at me? Shoot, somebody help me. My partner just over there like
Listen, I just feel like I'm a guest here.
really? Oh, you got questions?
I don't. I'm just doing your thing. Your thing.
Yeah.
No.
So yeah.
Doing your thing. Doing your thing.
I feel like I
No.
So yeah.
well, I tried today. It ain't work out because they wasn't what for me. And I kind of just let it go. I told myself like if it was gonna happen, it's going to. I never thought I could love again. Like I told myself, this was my like this is my husband. Like I can't see myself marrying nobody. I didn't see myself dating for you. It was just kind of like I felt like I was. The more I was looking, the further away it was pulling me away from my process of grief. So kind of I was trying to steer away from that. So I don't think I was going to probably dive into like relationships. After I was working, but this person just I don't think I was that track. He died high in
Was
and
he was?
he died. A little embarrassed. Anyway, but no, like it
How
was
did y'all meet?
okay. So yeah, for sure.
Oh, so you're responsible for that now.
It's cool.
Okay, well let's say I met my man.
Yeah, so that we met. Like I said, I'm very active in my kid. Like, I would go to the school.
Mm-hmm.
And I would see this man. Like, man, it's like this man.
Man, oh, this
So
man.
my daughter friends, they're all like,
Man.
yeah, friends. So
But y'all know.
yeah, so after that, if they and I was like, yeah, they was supposed to go in, and I went in and I saw him.
He was looking.
Him or me?
You.
Who like crap?
And that's when they get you, ain't it?
Yeah.
She's fine.
I mean, I had cargo pants on. I had a baseball cap. I wasn't one of them.
That's when you looking the best, baby.
I feel like
Yeah.
but
See?
but I was in there and she asked me to stay, and I was like, I actually recorded a video.
You was sneaking?
Oh yeah. Who is this man, y'all? So I'm gonna find out.
Yes, man.
Yeah, and I actually went to write him, so I found out his name. To write him on Facebook, he had a whole thread.
You shot your shot?
I did write him, so I found out. But
Shot mine too. Sometimes we gotta shoot our. Well, he shot his shot, then I shot mine back. You know what I'm saying?
I did.
That's what's up.
You do.
You getting high ahead of me, famous. So yeah, we done made a hot over here, but that's what's up. So it's good to be able to love again, after what you did experience. And then you really have to really reintroduce him to the baby because
Oh, that made it easy.
yeah.
That made it very easy because we have kids, and that's always. I need somebody that one is a God fearing man.
You better
Two,
say it.
they got like kids. I love kids, and I have everybody else kids in my house. So,
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, listen, let me just take this moment real quick, y'all. She said he have to be a God fearing man. Okay. What does man do every day? Real quick, y'all. She said he have to if your man ain't praying for you, what you doing? Who you got? Better check him. If your man ain't praying for you, you gotta listen. Every time I mean, cause y'all listen, I just found love too. Okay.
The thing over there. Yeah.
I love it. It's a good message.
Good message. So, but no, it's good. It's good to 'cause your glow is everything. Like from the time that I met you, I met you when y'all know I used to be in the club a lot. So that's where I met you, and you was always very reserved, very classy. You didn't come in there on no rah rah. Do you drink? Yeah. We got to tell people. But yeah, because I don't even think I ever seen you drink. You would come in, do your thing, and you was out of there. So I really like that and admire that about you. You always followed your own life. You know, you was the trend. You didn't follow trends, you make them, bro. So that was good. So that's what you do? You make your own trends?
But you just found the video of this bitch.
So let me see. You make your own trends?
She just found the video.
Oh. Looking good looking or looking good looking just sitting over there. Girl.
She actually just
sitting over there. So do you make your own trends or do you follow trends? Because I mean what you wearing, baby girl? You dress like your mom. So do you make your own trends or do you follow? So you're a trendsetter. I mean what you wearing, baby girl? What? Are you the only girl? You got two girls and one boy?
found the different.
Are you yeah.
Four. Different.
Oh, yikes. I got a 4-year-old boy. He's definitely different. So do you feel y'all know I be all over the place, so we're gonna get back to business real quick, back in these questions. Do you think confidence is taught or built through experience? Do you think
Experience is one. I think that's one. But I believe you can teach. And that's what I did.
Yeah.
So, however, I give them chances to experience that.
Mhm.
I push them into believing in this. However, I give them chances to experience. I think you have to build that belief in me. But you also have to have a support system. I think absolutely you have to have a support system. You can do it alone, but it's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard doing it alone. And that was something I appreciate about my child. As I became hard, like you know, I met someone by the name of Bria Henderson. She was a fantasy show in Chicago, and she gave me my first fantasy. Yeah, I flew out to California, and I was like, oh, I can do this. I think I could, and she did it for me. Like
That's a blessing.
and she was my mentor, and that's something I always pay her respect because if she did,
That's a
at
blessing.
that moment in my life, I was very, very low, very low. And it was before I had her. At that moment in my life, I was very, very. She listened to me and heard me, and she was like, "You can do it.
That's everything.
You can do it." Every time I'm like, just like, no, do it again.
Yeah.
Do it again. Just kept having me do it again, but it's something in me that I had to build in myself. as
Yeah.
well, because there's a lot of times I wanted to give up, but in my life, it's of course. And so, I had my mom, my dad, they was pushing me, putting me up,
That's so
posting me all online. Oh, my baby girl, so that's another thing. Like not wanting to let them down, not wanting to just like seeing their excitement, knowing that somebody in the family is going to do something. You know, so I always had to be, to be the example. And the young generation. Because I didn't have that. I'm looking at. I didn't have a person that young generation grow up to and see that until I didn't have that. I didn't have a person.
Are you on social media, baby girl?
See that until I
Okay. You are? You on social media? So I have a question for you. What role does social media play in how you see yourself? It's a hard question. Social media. Okay, so um do you what are you doing? What you a TikToker? TikTok. You gonna show us TikTok then? I do it with. What are you doing? You a TikToker? If you scared, just say that. If you scared, just say that. Scared money don't make money. If you scared, say that. If you scared, say that. But no. So it's a little girl on TikTok that I'm not TikTok. Something on YouTube. This little girl that all the kids be watching. Zaya or something. Miss who? Yeah. Not the boots on the ground little girl. No, but do you feel like, huh? It's a peak. So, but do you? What can we say on social media? I would say Caucasian, but Caucasian. The devil is a fire. There we go. So do you compare yourself to people on social media? Like, do you want to have the cameras in your house? Do you watch the little kids that be in their house doing all that crazy stuff, helping them make money? You do? Why don't you set your own cameras and stuff up to do that? Because you're a trendsetter. You ever thought about doing that? Why don't you set your own cameras? Because you're a trendsetter.
Can we do TikTok? Can we?
So what you holding up for? Y'all could be rich.
I know.
See, but I just asked you to do a TikTok. Huh? No, you can talk. Oh, period. Cool. So make sure y'all got the cameras up everywhere, okay? The man of the house. Okay. So you gonna start your thing? The man of the house has come on. Okay. So your mom gotta do it with you. Let me ask you this. Would you like you see him asking questions? You wanna do this? So your mom gotta do it with you? You think you can do this? Like you like you see him asking questions? You wanna do this? No. They think you can do this. Yeah, what your mom think is what you think. Do you believe that you can sit and ask your mom or not your mom, but questions like this? What you think? You think so? Because guess what? We got a youth podcast coming up, and I want you to interview. You think so? Okay. Guess what? Because you before the cameras came on, you was hype, girl. What happened?
She wants some
Before the cameras came on. Let her do it. Okay, so we're gonna. You know what? No, we're gonna change positions before this is over. We're gonna switch seats. But that's really good that you want to do that. And I just forgot what question I was about to ask. So hopefully God get it back to me. But that is really, really, really good that you want to do that. Because I tell kids all the time, your voice matter, your feelings matter, you matter. So I went back. That's what I wanted to say when you was talking earlier, and it's important that we let our kids know that because sometimes they be afraid to express themselves to adults. Well, mine was because I would shut them down because that's what happened to me when I was so. And we don't want to be. You had a good screaming, it's good. So we're gonna have a round table talk too. We don't, but it's not about us right now. Okay. So yeah, do your start doing your little own your videos and stuff by yourself without your mom. Do it by yourself. Okay. Let's see. What is something that you've seen a child go through at one of the schools I get we talked about it. Was you saw the little girl with the spikes or the question is what is something that you've seen a child go through that broke your heart? The question is what is something that you've seen a child go through that broke your heart? Okay, you can go ahead. Yep, no name.
No names.
You don't even have to look at the camera. You can just look at me.
It was this girl at my
You don't even have to look at me.
and then I was wondering with school and she just played long that deeper too. Is that how you say it? The deeper the food. And then they found out why deeper it's just right near the deeper they found so my mom like a week later like she had I near a phone. So and then she had this
That's so wonderful.
That is awesome. And let me tell you something. You have an absolutely beautiful smile.
That's so wonderful.
Stop covering your face. You have an absolutely. You are so pretty. Do you know that? So what are you covering your face for? You shy. You are so pretty. Do you know that? You can't be shy and think you're about to host a sneaker ball with over 200 people, honey. This red carpet right here. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be out there like, hey, it's your girl. What's your name? This red carpet right here. It's your girl, Destiny. And this is a 24. No, it's not a 24. It's a 24K talent sneaker ball. FTK. What is FTK? For the kids. So you gotta be hyped. And I already know your mom about to have you fly. That's all outside. I already know how you coming with that drip. I already know you're about to fly. With that split, right? Okay then. Listen, y'all know I love the kids. I don't like them, but I love them. I'm just joking. I'm joking. Play too much. Oh yes, and y'all hear that? So the event. Oh, birthday, come celebrate. If you got a kid and it's their birthday, we only got 2 spots left. Yeah, 2 spots left. So come celebrate your kid's birthday at the sneaker ball. This would be the best party for him. It's a lot going on. Y'all don't want to miss it. I'm telling you, don't want to miss it. So just a couple more questions, and we're gonna get on out of here. You got it?
No, I just want to say that I'm proud of God. Like it is so wonderful just to see somebody else, somebody else that poured into the children. That's all that I pretty much preach about. So I'm saying, kind of show up for these kids. Well, I'm proud of y'all. I'm proud of you. I used to be shy too when I came on here. This wasn't what I was supposed to do, at least I thought. But the more I did it, I ain't scared no more. So you ain't gonna be scared. You gonna get into it.
So if you want to come on this thing every week with us and help us host, you want to be the hostess with hostess. So if you want to, don't ask your mom. Don't. But I love this. I wish I had this in my mouth. But I didn't have. So I absolutely. This is everything to me. You don't even know. That's probably why I wanted to cry a little while ago. That's a little girl in me wishing she had her mom. Cry a little while. It's a blessing that you have your mom that she pours into you guys the way that she do. We only get one mom. So you love your mom, you respect your mom. Anything that she tell us, sometimes our moms be getting on our nerves, like, oh my God, girl. It's all out of love, I promise you.
I would have known that you was doing this earlier, like in the years. I would have had my daughter like
Yeah, it ain't never. Oh, they getting ready for
they
graduation and everything
graduating
and
this year with
working and.
honors. They working and going off the top.
So shout out to your babies. Let's go.
But I wish I would have known because I always be trying to do some stuff like that or whatever, but I could never find anything. Like you said, I was just telling my dad, like, there's nothing here.
And hey, Dad,
They
he's on
have
there.
the
Boys and Girls Club.
but you know, not for everyone, but it's not. But I don't have enough stuff going on.
Just wait till Safe Zone. Wait till Safe Zone do their thing. Yeah, that's really dope. I absolutely love what you are doing with this right here, the sneaker ball. I'm gonna have to put on these. I never liked dresses and sneakers. A heel girl, you hear me? So if I come through dripping,
I always
I want to
say,
come.
have your first grade.
please,
I always
forget it. I'm about to raid her closet. You hear me? Let me get some of those.
that's because I ain't have sneakers growing up.
Me either.
So I
That's probably why I'm not into shoes.
Then we had the shacks. That's because I had some shacks in my
Well, we ain't be that bad.
crazy about me.
I was a K Swiss girl.
Me too. I love K
I just saw
if I
some
could
fresh
find
K
some
Swiss.
classic K Swiss, if I
Go
could find
online. Go online. I just saw them. I'm about to get them at the Foot Locker. Show no, baby.
I'm gonna me some too.
I love
K Swiss.
love my K Swiss.
But I never was materialistic, you know. And my kids, well, my daughters, they naive. I be trying to buy them some high price. My daughter be like, oh, just give me the cover. I be trying to buy them like high price. My daughter be like, cover.
That's they
I
is
want
on
them
what they be
hefty.
wearing. Yeah, yeah.
Careful all that other stuff. Cover.
Okay, two more questions. I know I already said that, but do you think some parents unintentionally damage their child's self-esteem? Okay. But do you think? You know what? I think that it's. Let me tell you, I had to tell my kids because sometimes. You know what? And used to, not sometimes. Probably like, dang, you stupid. Dang, you dumb. Or, you know, because I feel like we are our kids' first real boo. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I had to learn that at 36, going through my healing process in December. Like, and my son was like, Mom, I'm not stupid. And he had said just like that. Well, you acting like it, and that's how I would talk to him. I thank you God for delivering me from that.
Well, you can thank God.
Oh my
Because
goodness.
I never spoke that way with my kids, but I do know that even you don't have to speak that way with your kids in order to project them to the same type of thing, just not believing in them.
Yes.
You know, like, or not allowing, just like now. This is my daughter. They graduated from high school with honors, and I'm so proud because this is my last daughter, like my last kids, and I want to do it. But my daughter's like, Mom, I want to do my own open house. I want to do this. I want not. So all of me would have been like, I want it. Just now I realized like, no, you have to allow them to have that space. You gotta allow them to grow up. You gotta allow them to do certain things. Like, she's brilliant. Her mind is so brilliant, but I would never know that if I wouldn't let her. It's no, like, she's brilliant. Her mind is so brilliant.
We not live no more. We not live no more. On TikTok. That's okay. They caught the gist of it. But do you think some parents unintentionally damage their kids' self-esteem?
Oh yeah, definitely. I definitely agree. Some parents unintentionally damage their kids' comments. Stop acting dumb.
Yeah, definitely that one.
It's like, hey, like when you, I don't think I ever But I could be wrong. My baby can tell you more than I can if I have ever unintentionally photographed. But I feel like we don't really know how well it's. We try to be hard on them just so that they can understand it more. Or if I'm hard on you, then you have some tough skin, so you don't have to worry about what they say about you on the outside. I don't really think.
No.
I don't really think that we're doing that right
It
now.
makes me
A
believe.
lot of these parents were young parents. A lot of these parents were also still healing or traumatized by their childhood, so they don't even know how to parent.
Right.
So we got kids raising kids, and we got unhealed adults raising kids. So we got to say so much stuff to our kids that we may not even think twice about.
Until it's off the list.
Yep.
Too late. Can't take it back. I just had a conversation with my mom like that
That's
about.
some nails. Bibles that wasn't no good in the first place.
Yeah.
Now your kid acts like just like your dad. And all of that stuff.
Yeah.
It's like what that's what they do.
Yeah.
Oh, we just talked about that yesterday. I do not want no man who can't
Right.
I mean, I mean, you don't have no
That's what Life Jennings made the best song about the man crying. You know, said a man is really said that a man isn't supposed to cry.
society who do
Yeah.
everything to make us, weak and make
Yeah.
us divided and all of that stuff. Like,
Yeah, I told my son, like one day my oldest son was born, he had a moment and he was just crying. I was just in his face. What are you crying? I told him not to cry, but I had asked him what was wrong. He told me nothing. So I'm like, you're crying, something's wrong. So I was just pissed that he ain't tell me what was wrong with him, and I'm in his face. Like I'd never forget that. And I still to this day be apologizing to my son for that. And that happened months ago, but I still apologize to him. And my 4-year-old, well, he about to be 4. And they, well, but he cries, and I tell him if you're gonna cry, it's fine. Go upstairs in your room and you can cry. And then when you want to come talk to me about it, we can talk about it because you tell me you don't know why you're crying. So go think about it. Then when you're literally crying for nothing, it's fine. You can have emotions. But one of my close friends told me that about let them have emotions because I used to be for all three of my kids. I have 2 boys and 1 girl. I think crying is a trigger for me, like it because I cry a lot. So it's a big trigger because that's what I used to do. Why are you crying? You always crying. So now my kids is emotional and I'm the same way. So now I just allow them to cry. Go in your room. Because I cry in my room. I ain't gonna cry in front of y'all. Get out my room. I'm crying.
deal with the crying, but I can't deal with the whining.
whining.
That's where I can deal with, and that's where I draw the line. Like, so if you're gonna adjust the strong, or you're gonna go somewhere, like I'm not gonna do what you want. Whining, it's crying because you heard and go no, I can. But don't just make it come around whining. That's just
Let me ask the mayor a question. Do you think that it's a weakness for a man to cry? Let me ask the mayor a question. I had a video that man on Facebook and it was on Instagram. I had a little sound got mad. I had a whole on Instagram how they sound hit each other. I they feel like I had how they yeah. That coughing and crying so I don't think no boys home for that. So that's how I feel. Yeah. You have to learn. I don't always get it. Like, you have to learn how to that's that. But because you grow to learn, same time, you don't always get everything you gotta cry. You have to learn how to fight through that. But yeah, that's sometimes that'll you gotta cry. The moment absolutely. 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 Because let me tell you, on Sunday, I cried so much. I cried Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I probably cried the most I ever cried in my whole life. Like that's probably on trying to cry for my whole life. In them 3 days. Didn't know why I was crying, but I was crying. But yeah, so that's good. Um okay. Didn't know what all right. So we're getting to the end of things. Um this is about healing and all right. What would healing look like for a child who grew up feeling overlooked? And I you know what? I'm gonna just say this because never mind. And I never mind. No, because I'm to cry again. Yeah, I'm about to cry. Um, I don't know how these questions weren't supposed to be for your question. So I was gonna have the kids do a podcast and ask parents these questions. So these, it wasn't gonna be their parents. It was just gonna be a panel of parents. I don't know how this got in this, but this is one of the questions. But this is one of the questions that was like specifically for me. But oh yeah.
That's the question again.
What would healing look like for a child who grew up feeling overlooked? What would healing look like? This question not even supposed to be in, but obviously it's supposed to be in. This question not even supposed to be in here, but obviously it's.
I think it's for birthday.
Yeah.
Not just for person. I think that sometimes it doesn't look like doing things. You know, to voice your opinion and being heard, having a conversation with somebody while they attentively listening and you being able to express yourself and they be able to repeat back to you what you said in their own words that you understand.
Yeah.
I think that starts the process of healing.
Yeah. I don't even know why that. I really don't know how that.
And I think affirmation.
Absolutely, that's
Big
real
on
big.
that. Like, get up in the morning and look in the mirror and tell yourself that you love you. That good. Yeah, tell yourself that you. So tell yourself that you worth it. You don't need nobody to tell you the worth it. God's going to tell you the worth it.
Yeah.
You're saying something about
Absolutely.
it.
Absolutely.
So affirmation is a really different.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to use that?
I feel like it's different for everybody. Yeah, nobody's the same. So it's hard to just put it into one box. Different what it looks like. But for me, I think just watching kids just start when I see the smile, it's the smile first. Yeah. I think it starts with seeing them, with their head down, the smile actually picking it up, smile. I think it's today in the class partner was just real happy because when we sleep today, when we spoke on this behalf, and the student, my partner, he didn't think he could get into. So just that little bit of, just a little bit, it takes a little for everyone. Just one step at a time for real. That's like I said, it takes.
So how can we help kids build confidence without making it about material things? So how can we help kids?
Showing up for the games, showing up just even listening to him. Then when they say I got an A on my test, or putting something on the refrigerator that you're proud of, or just acknowledging the things that they're going through. If they're doing something slightly different around the house, pay attention to their you can just their tell in your kids. Sometimes as parents, I mean, with world nowadays, some parents are working two jobs, working two, three jobs, and don't have the time to be there for the kids. So that's two jobs working. So get into the time that you have, just listen, pay attention, sit down and talk. Yeah, have a conversation. With your kids. My kids are very loving, very affectionate. They tell me they love me every second that they do. Mommy, I love you. Mommy, I love you. And I believe it's because they want to hear it back. Yeah. They say that because they love you. So that's the trigger for me to get and remind my kids when they love my kids. So that's the trigger. Love, acknowledgement into something that'll make you feel a kid feel
Well, thank you. Everything that you just said is something that I need to work on. Like for real. Because going to work, going to school, sometimes like when my kids be on me, I'm like, oh my God. I don't and it's just my two youngest ones. Like, I don't like them. So I just be like, oh. And my kids always say, I love you, mom. The best. I cannot do nothing but come in the house and cook me some food. You're the best mom in the world. Put some cereal in a bag. So thank you for that. Well, thank you, God, for letting me ask that question. And just, so literally everything that you just touched on is everything that I need to work. So that is real good. That's real good. So thank you. Um, can I ask you a question? What does it mean to you to be seen? Like, how important is that for you? How does that make you feel when you do something and your mom acknowledges it? Like she just said, getting an A on your test, and she just, loving on you, like good job, speaking those good affirmations and stuff into you. How does that make you feel? Loving on you, like good job, speaking those good affirmations and stuff into you. How does that make you feel more proud of yourself? That's good. So, have you ever drew your mom a picture and it was probably not nothing all super fancy, but she made you feel like it was the best thing in the world, and it was probably not that made you feel good? And I only ask that question because my kids draw me pictures all the time. And I'm like, well, oh yeah, okay.
Okay.
So,
Oh my goodness! Look at her hair. Is this what is this? My youngest daughter, she can use pictures on time with her class. She's 4 by the way. And her teacher came up to me like, they drew a picture of you. Look at it, let's see. I said, okay, go off then. She said, yeah. She said that's you with your red wig. I said, she told the class. That's all right now.
yeah, that's good. That's good. So I know that I make somebody feel good. I'm actually glad that you came today. You know why? Because now when I go home, I'm getting ready to let my two youngest ones jump all over. You know why? I love seeing this. And I know this is your safe space, isn't it? You be in your mama personal space all the time. You know when my kids get out of my way. You know, my 3-year-old, well, he be 4, he's 14, so I'm say he's 4. But this is how he is with and my daughter, she's 7. He told me all the time, "We just want to get back on your skin." Like, oh, so that's what he said.
I tell that to him. Give me your skin. Like, I know how to do.
Yeah, you want to get in his skin? I be trying to get in my man's skin too, girl. Oh my! And I don't like to be touching my daughter. Tell me, I want to. Okay, sorry. Okay. All right, so we're about to end it up. So how do spaces like right? Why is it my question? So spaces like okay, so I guess so. I did mention about Safe Zone, the youth organization that I have going on. So I guess I just ask it this way: how do you feel like Safe Zone would change your way? Well, you don't really know nothing about it, but just from knowing a little bit about what I am trying to do with Safe Zone, how do you feel that that would change a child perspective on themselves and their appearance and their confidence and stuff like that. Their appearance, their
So, Safe Zone itself, the name, that, but just from here, you talking how the name, like, it is coming out of your mouth, you can just tell. Just here, you talk, it means a lot to you. So I think the love behind it is itself is already enough. You know what I'm saying? But from hearing you talk about it and giving them this chance to just be somewhere in a moment where it's safe and you have these adults that care about them and that they know like everybody in this room is good. You know, it's a whole different level. And then I know I feel like as long as we can always pour into these kids and create spaces it's needed. It's needed because it's not enough spaces for these kids.
And so again, it's not enough.
It's not enough. And and I really am rooting for Safe Zone. Big.
excited. Thank you. And this is so crazy because God, what are you doing? I mean, keep doing what you're doing. You ain't got to answer that question because I don't know how these questions are clear. Like, what's talking about Safe Zone? You ain't got to answer that question because I don't know if we can get to a safe space. What does a safe space actually? What is a safe space? We can get to a safe space. When you think of a safe space where kids can go and just be themselves, TikTok all day, podcast, like what y'all be doing that? No, I don't know. Listen, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how to do none of that. But when you think of like, your mom say, "Hey, do you want to go to? Have you ever been to the house?" But when you think of like, your mom say, "Hey, you want to go?" Mine either. Okay, so if your mom said, "Hey, it's this safe, it's this place that y'all can go, y'all can have fun, y'all can do applications, y'all can do if your mom TikTok, hey, it's podcast, you can do whatever." How would you feel if she told you you can do that? And podcast, you can't have your phone, whatever. How would you feel if she told you you can have your phone? And like you can, but it's gonna be a time because with this space is going to be for kids like your age and up So this is a space where you can just come in. You got a life coach in there that you can talk to. If you want to write a letter to your mom because you got to tell her something and you know how to tell her, you can write a letter in there. Just be yourself. How you think that'll make you feel? You think you're going to be a person? Would you? Because I'll let you be the baby CEO. You and Legend. Because my 4-year-old, would you? He gonna be right. I'll let you be the baby CEO. You and him, I think y'all be like this because y'all the more cancer babies. I mean Aries baby. Sorry. Bigger. Not the little one. You think you'll like to be a part of something like that? Sorry. You think so? Okay, you wanna help me run it? I ain't playing. Don't look at your mama. Don't look at your mama. You're gonna have to get up out of her skin. Don't look at your mama.
I got a job now. She
Right.
was talking about this the whole way.
But do you think that you think that can help you boost your confidence? You think so? Because you're gonna be running it. So when we got meetings, we got our round table talk like this right here. You're gonna have to sit your colleagues down. The staff, the kids, hey, order in the court. You think you can handle that? I think it's gonna be, and it's gonna. By the time if you do join this program, you're gonna talk louder than you talk right now. You're not gonna cover your mouth when you talk no more. Like when the camera's going on, it's your girl Destiny, but y'all already knew that. That's how you're gonna come on. It's your girl Destiny from the podcast. You think you can handle? Done because
It's good up there.
Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, again, for those of y'all who just hopped on a little bit, we have Miss B Green, Miss Bianca from 24K. You gotta say the whole thing for that one because I only know for the kids.
24 Karat Talent Studios.
Talent Studios in her for the kids. Is it just for the kids? That's all that one is called. For the kids, listen, she got something dope coming up. April 18th. Bring your kids. If you would like to be a volunteer, you can go to www.ftkexperience.com. Sign up. Share this. Y'all that's on my page. Oh, I just logged back into Facebook, so I don't know if it's on my Facebook. Okay, so it's on my page. Like, share, and subscribe. My kid's voice, but you can't subscribe to me. Okay. But if you want to come out and support this event, it's going to be absolutely amazing. Everybody on here have kids. Bring your kids. How much is it, girl? How much is it?
$99.
Free. $99. Sneaker ball for the kids. We keep talking about it's nothing for the kids to do. April 18th. That's in 3 weeks. 3 weeks. Saturday, 4 to 7. This event is 4 to 7. We do need volunteers. Y'all know I'm always talking about we. Because it takes a village. We are the village. Come out and support. If your kids need a ride, if you can't make it and you want to just call me, I'll come pick them up. This is for the kids. There's no excuse and it's free. There's no excuse for your kids not to be there. They don't have nothing to wear. Hit us up. They need some shoes. Hit us up. They don't have nothing to wear.
If you are in need of shoes, if you know a child that don't have shoes, or if their parents are struggling in a single parent household, all you have to do is go to our website. And if you go to your mobile phone, there's a shoe icon at the bottom of the screen, and it's a shoe support. So every kid that submits that, we're gonna look into their situation and figure out if we can supply shoes. Every kid. That's why we've been raising the money that we have is to get fresh pair of shoes. If they don't have shoes to wear, y'all all you do is hit us up. Let us know on the website. The kids can register on the website. You can donate on the website. You can sponsor on the website. Everything is there at your convenience. Website. You can sponsor. I was just glad that she was able to give us a platform to talk about it.
Absolutely. And if you want to, you can come back next month. And then the Wednesday after that. Because it ain't just my platform, it's hard. But just just checking
Yes, we
in.
can come back again with the next Wednesday. We gotta get somebody else a chance. The Wednesday after
The
that.
Wednesday after that before the
Yeah.
event. For sure.
But thank you so much for coming on. We really appreciate it. This was a really nice story time. It was uplifting. It wasn't anything sad. So we really appreciate you. For all the listeners, please go and support the 24K,
24 carats.
FCK talent. It's April 18th.
April
Be
18th.
there.
Or be square.
April 18th.
Yeah, so I ask everybody that come on this platform these same questions, and I gotta ask you this one. Just because it wasn't sad, don't mean we can't ask these questions. If you could, let me close this because you have to look at yourself. Wasn't sad. Can you see you? Okay. If you could. So, if you could say something to the old before they healed you, what would you say to that? If you could say something to the old before they healed you, what would you say to that person?
As long as you got air in your lungs, it'll get better. It'll get better. Just keep pushing. Keep pushing. Your lungs.
Okay.
It'll get better.
Now we're gonna change. We're gonna clean this mirror off because we gotta look at the healed you real quick. The healing you.
Yeah.
Mirror. This is computer. This is phone. This ain't mine. But it's good that it was dirty because that was our brokenness. That was us in our broken season, and now we look at ourselves in a healed season. That was our broken. You see you. You can see us so real clear, can't you?
Yep.
What would you say to the healing you, to who you are right now, going through the process, growing through the what would you say to who you are right now, going through the process, growing through the process? What would you say? That's it. Let me tell you what I would say. I am absolutely proud of you. I am proud that you seen what needed to be done in the community, and you made that first step, which is always the hardest step, to be the change that you wanted to see. So I thank you for doing that. I thank you for allowing us to be a part, because now we're a part of it. I thank you with me. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of it. Thank you for allowing me to be a part of this thing, right? Because it's your baby. And so, like I said before, God is gonna put people in position. Everybody who know me know I'm always behind the scenes. This is huge. I'm always that one, like anybody support nothing that I'm doing because it's me. That's just how I've always been. So I'm gonna just do stuff in the background. I don't let nobody know I'm doing nothing. Don't put my name on anything. I don't want them to know it's me. So I thank you for saying like, listen, I think that I want you to be not necessarily behind the scenes. I need you to be here. So I thank you for believing in me to be a part of your vision and your baby. And I believe that with For the Kids and Safe Zone and Live in Peace podcast, I feel like we can do great things in the community.
Amen.
Because we all have the same mission.
Amen.
We're all trying to save our kids, because at the end of the day, that's what we're doing. So creating that safe space. And as you see the name SAYAFE. SAYFE instead of SAFE, because I had during my healing journey, I told my kids, you can however I make you feel, I need you to tell me, girl. Say it. You do have a voice. Just because I didn't have a voice, we couldn't tell our parents how we felt coming up. That was the generation that we was in. Slapped to the ground. You hear me? So I had to tell my son. My son is the one who checked me first. Calling him whatever. He checked. Mom, I'm not that. I'm not that. So I told him, when I'm yelling to you, when I'm making you feel less than, cut me off. I don't care how mad I am. You cut me off right then and there, and you tell me what it is, because I can't keep saying your voice matter, your feelings matter, and you matter if I don't allow you to have a voice or to allow you to feel what you're feeling. Because I'm telling you, what you crying for? So I think that this is very, very, very big. So that's why the say is in that. And then the podcast part, I'm giving them a chance to really be themselves, because what happens, we got the front stage us and the backstage us. So the front stage is the what we put on when we out in the public. And then the backstage is what happens at home. So I want them to feel like they can come to Safe Zone and be at home. Yeah. So get on that podcast and talk your stuff, girlfriend, because that's what you're gonna do. So that's why I created that space for them, because I'm being the change that I wanted to see. Yeah. When my son was acting up and I was on Facebook crying and begging for somebody to help me, what are they doing for me? You know what I'm saying? I needed that. I said, and God didn't bring nobody my way. And I was on Facebook because crying and begging. Had to do it. I had to change. So the kids, so now I created that space for them to be able to go in there and be themselves unapologetically. Because and that's what you did with this platform too. So now you are teaching them confidence, because a lot of our kids don't have the confidence. And that's because they run away in front of people. I can't speak in front of people. I don't have nothing to wear, to come to events like this or whatever, and you create. So, nothing good about that. To come to events like this or whatever. You got to bomb your mom the bomb. So, you think so? What would you say to your mom? You got to bomb your mom. Look at your mom and tell her how you feel. So, what would you say to her? Have you ever expressed how you really feel to your own feel?
I don't know.
Have you when you have your tea? How you really feel to your own?
She makes me feel confident.
No, tell your mom.
You make me feel confident inside of myself.
And so, are you proud of your mom?
Yeah.
Tell her that.
Yeah. Proud of you too,
Oh,
baby.
goodness. Let me tell you something. Sometimes we need to hear that. We need to, like, we can tell our mom and dad we love them all the time, but to tell them I'm proud of you, my kids ain't never told me that. My bonus baby did, but my kids ain't never told me they proud of. It means the world to us to know how you feel. I told my son, write me a letter. Everything from the good and the bad, how I ever made you feel, and how you feel about